Over the last month, I've been testing out the Hollyland Wireless Tally system for our church's live stream environment. I thought I would share with you guys my thoughts on the system and if this might be a worthy investment for your church's live stream. Hey guys, my name's Ryland. I'm a worship and media arts pastor here in Owasso, Oklahoma. I've spent the last few years really upping our game with our church's live stream and media department. We have 3 camera operators, 12 to 13 cameras on a Sunday morning, but we have never had Tally. And Tally in its most basic form is just a light to be able to let your camera operators know, or the people on stage know, what camera is live, what camera is in preview. And there are some DIY solutions out there. We utilized old iPhones and iPods with ATEM Tally for a while. It didn't work well. We abandoned it. And I've seen some other systems that are out there. But when I saw Hollyland was releasing these Tally lights, they really intrigued me for a few reasons. The first being that our cameras don't talk to our ATEM 2ME HD switcher to receive and send Tally information. If you have a Blackmagic camera system with an ATEM, then you're already able to do that built in with the Tally lights on the cameras. But for us, we use cheaper mirrorless Panasonic GH5s, things like that as our camera system. And there's been many times where our directors wished there was Tally information being sent so they were not constantly having to tell people, not only when you're live, but then also you're clear. And that's what a Tally system frees you up to do and gives confidence to your camera operators and directors. And the reason that I was really interested in these units is just the plug and play ability of go Ethernet out of your ATEM into the back of the brain for the system, and then that receives the Tally information and sends it on to your Tally lights. A lot of these other systems, you have to have software running on another computer, and the brain is really taking the place of that. And so you don't have to fiddle with that, setting that up every single time. This just works. Once you get it going, it just works. Let's level up your live stream. Our church's live streams are the front door to our church. And I want to help you move your live stream viewers from spectators to participants. In this course, I'm going to share how we've grown our YouTube presence 236% in the last year. Maybe your church put together a system during the pandemic because you had to have some live streaming presence, and now you're ready to take it to the next level. Whether you're a beginner or you've been doing this for years, I believe this course will help you. A small investment in this course is going to help you level up your audio, video, and lighting for your live stream, but also help you to connect with those families on the other side of the screens. And it's all based around budget-friendly solutions. We want to be good stewards of our church's funds, and I believe investing a small amount in this course will pay off very big dividends for your church in your community. So come along and let's level up our live streams on a budget together. Another feature that really intrigued me was the battery life and the ease of replacing batteries on these things. They'll last up to 8 hours on these batteries. For us, we have only changed the batteries on Sundays, and we come in the next Sunday and it still says it's full power. But you go ahead and swap the batteries anyways. The cold shoe little mount that you can slide into the mount of your camera or whatever rig you've got things rigged on makes it really easy. And the fact that you can get these up to 8 units in one package, and I believe you can cascade them up to 16 different inputs. But for us, we got the 8 Tally unit, and it has been really great. So when you power on the brain, you're going to have to input your network credentials for your switcher. For us, since we got such a new unit, it actually didn't have the firmware available yet for the ATEM 2ME, and I had to go in and work with Hollyland to give them kind of some data from the switching of that ATEM, and then they sent me a new file, popped it in there with the USB update, and now it works flawlessly. You can check the list on their website for what switchers are currently compatible, but they seem to be updating that frequently, and there is like some sequence learning if you don't have an ATEM that has a different type of port. Our experience has been very low latency on the feedback of the tallies when we're switching. The range has been great. I mean, it says 2,600 feet of range. It's 2.4 gigahertz transmission from the brain, and we've seen no issues with that. Battery life is great. They're lightweight. In the settings, you can go in and adjust the brightness of the LED from high, medium to low. We're running these on low, which is why maybe right here on camera it's not as bright. But in our scenario, low was the best setting because we run a pretty dimly lit worship center during our worship time, and you don't want that grabbing the attention of, your congregation while they're worshiping. They do come packaged in a really nice hard case, Pelican style case that fits everything really snugly for transport and safekeeping. A nice battery charger, and I love that it pops in and out of these, that you're not having to have wires running to these charging via USB-C or something like that, although they do have a USB port on the lights to be able to update firmware if you need to. If you're considering adding Tally lights to your ATEM system, just remember there is a limit for how many network devices can be connected to your ATEM. I think you're allowed like 6 or 8 or something like that. And some Tally systems, if each Tally light is connected straight to the ATEM, that's going to eat up those connections that you're allowed. Another thing that I didn't realize that I actually really like is that on each Tally, you set the channel. So you can have multiple Tallies on the same channel to be able to sit at different locations, camera operators. And so we've been able to utilize some double channeling and have multiple Tallies showing that same channel. It's just a little benefit of these Tally lights. So who do I think this system is for? I think if you're looking to have a more cohesive experience for your directors and camera operators, and you're not using Blackmagic cameras with built-in Tally, but you are using ATEM switchers, I think this is a really good investment. For $649 for the 4-channel system and $999 for the 8-channel system, I love having the 8 channels, but we have more cameras. If you don't have that many cameras, you may not need it. And not every camera operator needs it, right? For us, we have 3 live camera operators, and then I have a Tally down on a camera that I can see when to look straight at that camera when I'm addressing people online to know if it's on program or not. I think that Tally information is something you don't really think about when you're first building your live stream, but once you have it, it's like, I don't know that we can go back from this. So I will link in the description to these systems on Amazon and B&H. Those are affiliate links. That just helps out the channel, doesn't cost you anything. This video was made available because Hollyland sent out this unit to me. I don't have to send it back, but they are not seeing this video before I'm posting it or any of my opinions. And I was trying to think of some weaknesses to this. Price may be an inhibitor for some people, but I really think it's priced pretty fairly. I do wish that these little units had a quarter 20 mount on them somewhere, because like on our gimbal we had to get kind of creative on how to utilize the clip to go into a cold shoe mount. If they had a quarter 20, that would be really handy. And maybe just some extra covers that if you only wanted like this point of the light to show back to the camera operator, you could cover the rest of it. You could do that with gaff tape or something else. So that's not a huge deal. But honestly, I'm pretty impressed with this system. I don't think there's a ton of them out in production right now, so check those links in the description if you want to pick one of these systems up for your church. I don't think you'll regret it. Well, remember guys, we can do a lot of great things. Let's keep doing it all for God's glory. We'll see you in the next one.